Welcome to the quick start tutorial for Tube Hero Racers, the board game. A race game for 2 to 4 players that plays in 15 to 20 minutes for ages 7 and up. The object of Tube Hero Racers is to run 3 laps around the board and be the first to cross the finish line. You need to avoid traps and play track cards to advance yourself in order to claim first place. Now let's set up the game. First, place the board in the middle of the table and shuffle both of the pit crew deck and race deck. Second, starting with the youngest player, each player selects a Tube Hero, place their matching color card on the start space of the game board. Then they place cubes of their matching color on their board on the S position, and the other one on their boards on 0 right under power up. Finally, all players are dealt 3 cards from the pit crew deck and 3 cards from the race deck. Now it's time to play. Each player's turn, starting with the youngest, will take their turn in full. Each turn has 3 phases. First is Engage. Play a pit crew card. These can be traps to play on other players or items to help you remove traps played on you. Second is Race. Play either a pit crew card or a race card. Race cards will advance you on the track. As an option, you can make a pit stop by skipping both the Engage and Race phases so you can remove traps played by other racers and you get to draw 2 cards. Third and last is Refill. Draw a total of 2 cards from either the pit crew or race deck. Tube racers focus on playing cards. After playing cards, they get discarded in their appropriate discard piles. There are 4 types of cards. Traps are played on your opponent and will stay on their racers until it gets removed. Their effects are to hinder their turn and stop them on their tracks. Up to 2 traps can only be played on any racer. Items are to help remove traps as long as it's relevant. For example, an auto gas trap can be removed by playing a gas card. If you're stuck and don't have the necessary card, then you can make a pit stop, skipping phase 1 and phase 2 in order to remove all traps. Don't forget to draw 2 cards if you make a pit stop. Track cards are the main way to move on your turn. As long as you don't have any traps, you can play a track card. When you play track cards, advance the number of spaces listed on the card. And there are special cards. These have special effects when played. If the card says free action, then you can play at any time, even on your opponent's turn. Each tube racer has a special power-up. In order to use it, you need to fill out the power-up track to spot 3. Playing a pit crew card fills up the track by 1, moving the cube to the right 1 space. Once it gets to 3, it's ready to use. At any time, move your cube down to 0 to use your tube racer's ability. To win the game, you need to cross the finish line 3 times. The first player who finished their 3rd lap wins the game. This concludes the quick start tutorial to Tube Racers, the board game. For more information about this game, please visit our sponsor's webpage, vesuviusmedia.com, and check out their other games like Dwarves Fall and its expansions, Dwarves Winter, and Coville the Dark Overlords.